How to make money with email marketing. By the end of this video, you're going to be so pumped to write the next email because you know that your email marketing system is going to make you money over and over again. I know you've heard the money is in the list, and yet you're still sitting trying to figure out how to make that true. How can you make that true in your business? Because you have a list. You've been taking in and building the leads. Now, how do you make money off of it? That's the key thing I want to talk about today, and I want to give you some really simple steps. In fact, I want to give you one system for making money from your list every single day. Let's jump in. The first step in making money from your list is to actually have a list to make money from. So we have to bring in leads and get them on our email list in order to even start this process. As you do that, you're going to be starting and building from a place of relationship. Your primary goal with your email list is to build the relationship with your potential clients and customers and to entertain them. The entertaining is to keep them on your list. The more entertained they are, the less they unsubscribe. You can't make money from a list that's non-existent, and if they're just unsubscribing, you can't make money from that either. So the system I want to talk about is the daily email system, but before we go there, I want to talk a little bit about who you're attracting to your list to begin with different lead mechanisms. So you want to make sure you're attracting buyers to your list. There are definitely different levels of lead generators that draw in different commitment levels for potential clients. So for example, a quiz. Everybody loves a quiz. If you're running ads to a quiz, they're probably the cheapest ones you're running. And it builds your list really fast. But they're not necessarily a list of buyers. Some of them will be, but the large majority of them just wanted to take a quiz. Now, don't get me wrong. I think a quiz is a great lead magnet. In fact, I have one. I'll put the link below in case you want to take it. But I know that the people who come to my list from my quiz may or may not be buyers. If I'm running a paid workshop as a lead magnet, now I'm running something that I know they're buyers because they're buying to get on my list. Right? So there's definitely different commitment levels for different leads that you're bringing in. Once you get people on your list, now it's time to start thinking about how can I make money from my email list? There's a couple of ways. One, set up some automated sales funnels. Number two, make offers. I will tell you that's the number one thing I ask my clients is how many offers have you made this week? And it's a direct ratio to how many sales they've gotten. Imagine that. And then we're going to recycle and repeat. We're going to keep building the relationship and we're going to keep making offers. That's what our email list is for. Continue to build a relationship, continue to make offers. So I want to talk through for a minute how I think the most efficient way to do that is. It's through a daily email. The problem is you have to be careful with a daily email because if you don't do it well, they'll unsubscribe. So I want to make sure that you can make money with your list and send a daily email so that you're making money daily. How do you do that? Couple of things. Number one, your email is to entertain. You may have heard me say this before. People don't stay on your list for the same reason they joined it. They join your list for value. And you'll hear people say more often than not, give them value as you're emailing them, but that's not why they're staying on your list. They stay on your list to be entertained. They want to know more about you. They want to know more of your stories. They want a relationship with you. So the more they get to know you, the more they'll read your emails, the more they'll stay on your list. The more they stay on your list, the more opportunity you have to make more offers. Okay, so if you want to send a daily email and you want to keep them on your list, you have to entertain them. And the best way to entertain them is through storytelling. One of the best guides we have is our storytelling guide. It lives in the Multi-Passionate Entrepreneur's Playbook, and I would love for you to go there and check it out, but I want to run through it really quickly here. So if you want to make money from your email list every day, I'm going to suggest telling a story, building the relationship, and being entertaining. So here's the structure that follows. We're going to have a hook. Let me just say that the first line of your email's only job is to get them to read the rest of the email. The best way to create a hook is to start in the middle of your story. The next thing we're going to do is zoom in on a small moment. They don't want to know everything that was happening around you at the time. They just want to know the one little thing. We're going to create characters out of the people around us in our lives. They're going to get to know those characters as they get to know you. So as they build that relationship with you, they're getting to know those people as well. And then you're going to think about a lesson, right? What lesson did you learn? How are you going to apply that? And then roll to a call to action. What do you want them to do next? Do you want them to click a link? Do you want them to buy something that you have? Do you want them to reply to this email? You want to have your call to action. Here's one example. I could start with a hook. I was rushing into the house with my laptop, my Bible, and my cup of coffee in my hand, and I tripped when I saw the email come in. I don't know if I can do this any longer. Now I want to zoom in on a small moment. I watched the coffee as it sloshed in the cup and almost spilled out over to my laptop, but I managed to save it. At that moment, she had told me, I don't know if I can keep doing this. I felt like that as well. But what I learned is she moved on and so could I. She kept going. So then we want to transition them to the call to action. So my friend Sarah reminded me why I could keep going as well. That's what community does. That's why I'm a part of NACWE, a community for Christian women entrepreneurs. Right? So I'm going through this story. I'm creating the call to action. Then it's like, if you want a community like that too, come join us. So the process of creating that story is entertaining, and then you transition to the call to action at the end. So running back through it, we created a hook. We started in the middle of the story. I introduced you to a character in my life. I talked about the lesson I learned that I could keep going. And there was a call to action to join a community with me. That is the structure that you can use daily to make money from your email list. There's a lot of other ways to make money from your email list, and it doesn't require a daily email. That's just the one way I wanted to talk about today. But they all circle around build the relationship deeper, make more offers. If you want that storytelling framework for emails in more detail, jump into the Multi-Passionate Entrepreneur's Playbook and grab it at playbook.heatherrosson.com. Go tell more stories, and I'll see you in the next video.